We're going to go over some quick inequalities that seem to be the only problems that you guys struggle with on this these sections. Our first problem was a compound inequality, and really we solved these the same way as we solved regular inequalities. Just before we had two sides, now we have three sides. We have a left side, a right side, and an inside. So wherever we do to one side, we got to do to the other two. So we want to get the variable in the middle by itself. So I'm going to start by subtracting 1 from every side. So instead of 3 is less than or equal to 1 half x plus 1, which is less than 4, I get 2 less than or equal to 1 half x less than 3. Now at this point in time, I have a fraction in the middle. I want to get rid of the fractions, so I'm going to multiply everything by 2. That gives me 4 is less than or equal to x, which is less than 6. Now this is the last thing to do, is to get the interval correct. And the interval is really not that difficult. It's obviously from 4 to 6. But the issue we got to make sure we focus on and make sure we get correct whether it's an open or a closed bracket. And since this says less than or equal to near the 4, it's going to be a closed bracket, a square bracket. And since it simply says less than near the 6, it's going to be an open bracket or parentheses. Now the next one is finding the domain of a function. And there's only a couple issues that we ever have with functions to actually find domains. One is, in this case, where we have a square root. Our rules are very simple. We can't have a negative number under a square root. It gives us an imaginary number. So what we do is we take whatever under the square root, which in this case is 30 minus 6x. So we do 30 minus 6x, and we set this to be greater than or equal to 0, because we know it needs to be positive or 0, because it cannot be negative. Then we simply solve. We subtract 30 from both sides, which gives us negative 6x. It's greater than or equal to negative 30. And then we divide both sides by negative 6. And the only thing we got to remember here is we got to reverse the inequality. So this is x is less than or equal to 5. So our domain, our x values, are from negative infinity to 5. Hope this helps someone in your quiz. Good luck.